This right here is my Don't Breathe movie review. And to start off, this movie is not a horror movie like it is advertised in the previews, in the trailers, etc. So, coming into this movie, I was excited. It looked like a scary movie. It looked creative, with the robbery, and then they're robbing an old blind veteran. And in the commercial, you see crazy shit happens. It's almost like they're the prey and the veteran is the predator. And then you see a girl and you're like, who's this girl? So the trailer looked absolutely sick. And then you go see the movie and you're kind of let down a little bit. This reminds me of The Purge, right? The Purge. They're marketing the concept of the movie, that no crime allowed for 12 hours. All brilliant things. And in these trailers, you see these cool stuff. And then when you see the movie in person, it's just nothing special. I don't know about you guys, but that's how it was. I don't think the Purge movies are bad, but I feel like they could have been so much better than what they are. And I got the same feeling from this movie. And I don't know, there wasn't enough pop-ups. And I don't mind, a lot of people have problems with, scary or thriller movies. Oh, it's just a bunch of cheap pop-ups. I like pop-ups. Some people really like the characters and like just grossness, so on and so forth. I can live with that too, but I don't know, it felt like a normal movie. The dog in this movie was absolutely ridiculous. That is the most athletic dog, most smartest dog with the strongest immune system I have ever seen. That dog was so annoying. The owner, the dog of the veteran. And I mean, as the movie develops, it's a good story. With the girl wanting to run away to California with her daughter, and that's all fine with me. And another problem I have with this movie is in the beginning, right? They spoil so much of the movie. You find out that the two other guys die in the beginning of the movie. I hate it when movies do this, where they show you the end. And this is supposed to be like a scary thriller movie. We're supposed to be on the edge of our seats wondering, who's gonna survive, who's gonna die, etc. And they just spoil that in the beginning, and then you think, okay, when is this person gonna die? When is this person gonna die? And it's just not an effective way. This movie could have been very good, but it ended up being average at best. I would not recommend you see it, but I would not be totally against you seeing it, if that makes sense. So, I guess what I liked, it was fun in parts. The thrill of the hunt was definitely there as a viewer. Through most of this movie, I kind of felt there was no antagonist until, spoiler, until they went down in the attic and they found a girl being chained up. And the reason why, this girl's chained up is because that girl killed the veteran's daughter in an accident. So the veteran wants to impregnate her as a payback so he can get a new child. So that's the form of pay, and then he'll release her. So when she dies, and the veteran dude is crying like crazy, you're like, what the hell is going on, right? And then you realize later when he kidnaps the girl, who's the only one that survives, and he explains to her everything, and he's like, I guess now, you have to be the one that bears my child as payback. And, from there, she finds her way out, and happy-go-lucky ending. goes to California with her daughter, yada, yada, yada. And I feel like this was a missed opportunity. I would have wrote the ending differently. I would have had it more dark. Especially if they're going to spoil that the two guys die in the beginning of the movie. How I would have made it is I would have, had the veteran guy impregnate, Smokey, I believe her name was. I would have him impregnate her. And then after the 9 months, she's free. And then he gives her the $300,000 that they were trying to steal as like an appreciation gift. Like, he's like, okay, all I wanted was a child. And since you gave me that child, I'll give you the $300,000. And then she can then go out with her real daughter and go to California like they want. So that would have been kind of a cryptic, dark ending, but at the same time, everyone gets what they want. You know what I mean? Tell me what you think about that different scenario. But all in all, this movie could have been so much better. I think that's why I'm disappointed. Awesome concept. Never seen anything like it. I'm sure something like this has happened. I'm sure there's been a blind man horror movie. I'm sure, but I can't think of any. This movie could have been fantastic. Turned out being average at best. Very disappointed. Give this movie a 5.5 rating out of 10. It has its enjoyable moments, but just because I felt like it underachieved. Could have been much better. So that's it. Leave a like, subscribe, share. Peace.